Yo, what is going on, guys? Aspect Game at once again in GTNH, now episode 21. And right now I'm finishing up my TPV coils. I'm halfway there, just waiting for the crafts to finish. And then we can get a nice upgrade to our up-tiered blast furnace. And we can probably upgrade this one too while we're at it. I don't know if that would speed it up at all, but we'll think about it. Maybe I'll save these coils for this guy and leave this as Campbell. But yeah, I need to run my titanium as hard as possible right now. Titanium is the most important resource for me right now, because that's my last resource that I need to finish up my new power production. And then I can move into my new home in the other dimension. So pretty much just a waiting game still. Now that my coils are done, I'm at least happy. That took a long time. And yeah, let's go show off what I built on the other side on the personal dimension. So I've laid out a whole bunch of stuff here. So I'm going to be putting a super tank of oil. This will be an ender chest eventually, not for a while. And then some of the oil has to go to a lubricant. Doesn't have to be a lot of it. You just need a small amount of lubricant to run your engines. So that's fine. That's what that will be. A little bit of a split. But most of it goes into the distillation tower. And then I just have an input bus save me a stainless casing. I'd rather spend like a little bit of steel than a bunch of stainless steel right now. So I have that for the circuit. And then if there is the option to, if you don't care about this, you just put the circuit in here. There's not a ghost circuit slot though, so you got to put like an actual circuit in and program it with a screwdriver, imagine. But yeah, there's 5 output slots, and I have them locked already. So I have heavy fuel in the bottom, light fuel, naphtha, sulfuric gas, and then this is the naphthenic acid, which I don't really know what to do with. Not sure about that. But yeah, we have a quadra fluid pipe going down here. And then it's only a single pipe. This doesn't actually need to be connected there. It's only a single pipe up here just to save resources. It doesn't really matter. And then we go to a quad pipe. And then eventually make our way to the quadruple input hatch. All of my sulfurized stuff is going to go in here. So all the sulfur is going to get desulfurized in this singular LCR, which is going to be really nice. This guy... Oh, just my circuit. Okay, that's my circuit hatch. But yeah, back here, we're going to have a little system here. This is going to be an electrolyzer. This is going to break apart the H2S for us. And then we'll just put the liquid back into here. I'll probably need some more automation on that, but we'll see that when we get there. And yeah, we're running these at HV as well, which is fine for now. So all the products will come out here. These hatches are locked. Light fuel, heavy fuel. This is refinery gas, and this is naphtha. I could optionally burn those for more power, or I could process them down. I'll do a little bit of both, probably. Because I came up with a little system here. This is like an overflow system, so the light fuel is the limiting reactant here. So we have an excess of heavy fuel. So for every, I believe it's 1/3 of heavy fuel is overflow. So in here, I have it set so that if this is detecting that the fluid is over 2000, which means it's buffering up in this little buffer, I'll put a redstone signal. And then once it does that, it will hit this machine controller cover, which then hits my pump here, which is using the machine processing state. So basically, it's opposite of what I said, I believe. When this is not outputting redstone, it disables the machine, therefore disabling the pump. So the pump is going to the secondary fluid tank, which is acting as a sort of like secondary buffer. It had to be a fluid tank. If this was a pipe, it would keep disconnecting and reconnecting. So I had to put a tank here. But this is going to be like excess heavy fuel. This can go to a distillation tower. Not sure what I'm going to do with it entirely yet, but that is the system set up there, and I will figure that out. And then we just have the MV mixer, so most of the diesel is going to get mixed into here. And then I'm reserving this whole spot over here for tetranitromethane, which will be coming online once I have all my H, N, and O's being produced. And there we go, finishing touches. The nichrome coils are out. These new striking coils are in. Alright, hopefully that gives me an upgrade. I'm not sure if it will or not. We'll have to see once we're done with titanium. Smelting my first tungsten steel over there. It's going to take like 10 minutes to finish the first batch of it. So what I want to make right now is polydimethylsiloxane. I said I didn't want to make this, but we have to. And it actually gets a lot easier in the chem reactor, so we're going to do it like this. So I added some more hatches. So I guess we'll do this. And this is circuit 24 recipe, which usually it's like a skip recipe when it's on that. Okay, try it again. There we go. So I need 9 of this, I guess, to get each recipe done. And I'm off by 1. This will be enough for now. We'll just throw the sulfur in, and then I can finish that later. It went so quick I didn't even see it. Okay, 18 cells, that's like fine. Alright, with our first 2 tungsten steel, we're making 2 tungsten steel cables. And these are used for large combustion engines. So my plan was to make 2 of them, so we'll make 2 of these for now. There we go, this craft is done. Okay, all it's up is the dynamo. Last thing we need for this thing is the EV cutting machine. Then we can finally make our energy hatches. So that's done. We can put this in here. The power died. There's going to be problems with this clean room, I think. I need more energy for it. It's just not good. But yeah, we'll only be able to run this when our battery buffer is full. That's okay. It needs to work. It just needs to work for the very temporary, very short period of time. Alright, to fix my clean room, we now have 4 amps of HV going into it. I just don't want this stuff to power fail. It's probably not necessary to do all this, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like I need it. It's all going to get taken down super soon anyways, so whatever. And yeah, I'm giving this its own dedicated power gen, so this cannot power fail if there's too many amps being pulled here. Okay, now this should work. Except this isn't hooked up. These TPV coils are really good. They are noticeably faster on most recipes. And I'm really enjoying it. So that's 21 seconds for stainless now. And with that, the dynamo hatch is done. I think the quest wanted an energy hatch. That's not going to happen for a little bit, bud. Okay, now we got to make this a 4 amp hatch. And the way to do that is add a couple extra things. None of which is that bad. Okay, that's completed. I think that's everything that I need to upgrade my power and move. Let's double check. This will be that. This will be that. I guess I can make some kind of battery buffer, but I don't know. I guess we'll just use Lapotrons for now. I'll make like a bunch of those. Why is this not happy? This has to be bugged right now. So a EV dynamo hatch buffered is different from the 4 amp dynamo hatch. This one works, this one doesn't. So I can't explain it, but I just made another one. And this is useless, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But now this works, and we're going to double stack these side by side later on. So I made sure that this has no like input hatches on it. So the fuel will come in at the top, oxygen and lubricant on the bottom. Muffler cannot be blocked. Make sure you don't block the front of this by accident. I thought like maybe it had an invisible block or something. No, like that wasn't it. Very confused, but now we should be set up. And I just gotta make all the single blocks and start moving stuff over then, which is crazy. We've made it. I almost have everything I need. I was missing one thing in thaumcraft progression, so I went and did it. I crafted up 2 alchemical furnaces and 4 alembics for each of them. These aren't too bad to make. Really not that expensive. Once you have your good wand and like this, you're chilling. So I made all that stuff. And then I made 2 alchemical constructs as well. And I'm going to click on this guy. And now we have a automated crucible, which is going to be pretty nice. So what I want to do this, and I get the Thaumatorium trophy. What I want to do with this, I'm distracted now. I want to make this red crystal, and then from there, dense red crystal. And this is going to help me automate my power system. So to do this, we need to put these three aspects in there, and I have them prepared already, as well as jars. Do I have enough? No, I don't. I need to get a little bit more vitreous. All I gotta do is put water. Oh man, of course I mess it up. Oh, it did it. Okay, cool. I guess I didn't need the water in there. Just did it without water. I didn't know that. So I guess the cauldron down there doesn't actually need water in it. Because it just spit the item out right there. That's what I wanted. But you just hook up the jars and it automatically does it. It is pretty simple. So yeah, whenever I want this again, we can go make more of it. And then the last recipe... I have everything ready already. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, we're slowly turning stuff on. I'm for some reason intimidated about doing this. I'm just nerve-wracked for some reason. Usually I'm not like this when it comes to my setups. Usually I have big confidence that I set everything up correctly, but this time for some reason I'm a bit nervous. Okay. Let us turn this on now. Yeah, distillation is running. I'm going to turn it back off though, just to make sure that things are going okay. Yeah, that's perfect. I forgot I need to get hydrogen in here, so let me jumpstart that system. Alright, seems to be going really well. I need a void upgrade, or I guess just like maybe a storage upgrade as well as a void upgrade on this barrel right here. Because I don't want to the sulfur is going to stop this from running at some point. And we should be making fuel already. Looks like we have made some already. Yeah, it's already going to the engine. And it's being consumed. Oh my god, I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, it looks like we're going. So average input is 1528 only? That can't be right. It's kind of jumping to 2048. I thought it was supposed to be constant, though. I don't know. That's worrying me. I'm not sure why. Okay, there, and now it's stabilized. And then just cable loss, we're at 2038 only. That's fine. Okay, let me do a little demonstration on this little circuit right here. And this is the payoff for all the thaumcraft stuff. This thing is awesome. I've been watching it, try to understand it better, and I think I get it now. So my battery buffer right here has a energy detector cover. We just set it to 0. I just want this to be outputting the percentage of power in my battery buffer as a redstone signal. So right now this is outputting 13 because my battery buffer is pretty much full. So it's like 13 out of 15. So what's happening here is this signal is traveling to 2 different dense red crystals. This one is set at 14, this one's set at 2, which is the minimum, and I believe that's maximum or close to it. 15 might be the max. But what this is going to do now, and we could show this in just a moment, but these two have to... Let me walk it back. Let's just demonstrate it. So right now, my NOT gate here is basically saying, if I'm receiving a redstone signal, I will not be outputting. If I'm not receiving a signal, it flips, and then it will output, and then it will reset the latch. So let's say that this red crystal loses its signal. That's only going to happen when the signal of this wire goes below 2, which means my battery buffer is empty. So let's just demonstrate that by breaking this. There, it flips the latch. So now I have this set to enable with redstone, so this will turn on and generate me some power. So we can see here that my power is increasing. I have plus 2,272 EU per tick. And then the power of the red alloy up here is increasing. It increased from 13 to 14. This one is set to 14. Once this hits 14, it allows the wire to pass through. That flips the switch, and it turns off the redstone. So we can watch it do it one more time to hopefully understand it. So I flip the switch by turning that off. Now it flips again because it reached 14 for just a moment. That was so quick, let's do it again. I gotta wait. I'm getting too excited about it, but this works perfectly. And then to make this thing work, this is on the GTNH Discord, by the way, and people have talked about it, so if you can't figure it out, you can look on there and figure it out. But you have to shift right click with the screwdriver twice to make this get set up correctly. If this is like the regular version, which is a circle, it's not going to work right. This version has the left and the right not acting as outputs. In the original one, the inputs here on the left and right are inputs and outputs, which means it's not going to work correctly. Yeah, now this is perfect. Okay, time for phase 2. So I think these Lapotron crystals are nice, but like they're needlessly expensive for what I need. So we're going to make a reactor specifically to breed glowstone rods into sonarium rods. So I already have everything sorted out right here. Except the lever. I forgot that. Okay, I got my lever. I'm not putting over temp protection on this. I don't think it's possible for this to overheat. It's such like a chill, slow reactor. I genuinely don't think it's possible for this to overheat. Okay, so let me check my design. Dude, these trophies just distract me every time. Let me go check my spreadsheet. Okay, so the layout for this is glowstone rods like this. Put the thorium in last. But yeah, the overclocked heat vents go like this. Component heat vents like this, and then the heat exchanger goes here. I don't know the most about reactor design. I just know like a little bit about the types and some of the theory. I'd like to learn more about it. But yeah, basically this is going to run and produce me reactor rods that I need. So after a certain amount of time, this makes sonarium fuel rods. Typically, you're supposed to run these at like a pretty high temperature. I don't really care about that. This is going to be a little bit slow, but it meets my needs at the moment. Like, there's ways to go crazy with this. I don't really care to do that. I don't have any filters left. But I would like to have a filter to take out the sonarium rods and put the glowstone ones back in. So let me try to do that. I had to adjust this a little bit. It wasn't pulling the glowstone rods out. I put this on the side. I'm not sure if it was the problem that it didn't like extracting from the bottom or what, but now it works. I also took an expanded glowstone rod, so the sonarium rod, and set the whitelist in here with that rod that came straight out of the reactor. Maybe there was something wrong with the one NEI. I don't know. Could have been one of those two problems, but now it works. So now we're automated, and we're happy. This is filling up quick already, so we're going to replace it with this one. These void upgrade recipes are diabolical. Like, 4 pistons for this? Are you crazy? This one takes 1 piston. I mean, it's not bad when you have auto crafting, but right now I'm not making 4 pistons for 1 void upgrade. I'm sorry. Okay, now we're truly done. Everything should be working well. We're not actually truly done. I need to figure out what to do with my naphtha and my refinery gas because this is building up really, really fast. I was going to use this for ethylene. That's way too much. That's not all I'm going to be able to go to ethylene. Small time skip here. I was working pretty early in the morning, so I didn't record any of this, but I've made the second combustion engine. Still waiting on the oxygen setup. And then I upgraded my batteries in here as well. This reactor finished overnight and now has no more glowstone rods left, so we just turned it off. It makes so little power that I don't want it on. But yeah, this went perfectly. I have 2 batteries left over too, and I can make a lot more, so that worked out really well. We'll do more of that for sure. I also went ahead and upgraded my oil drilling rig. This will now cover a 2x2 chunk area instead of just a single chunk. The other one was slowing down a little bit, but it should run for a long time now with this. And then I can easily replace it when I need to later. Yeah, this will fill much quicker now. I probably don't need it to fill that quickly, but I just don't want to place this and replace this constantly, so I just upgraded. I had the stainless steel ready. And now for the last upgrade I'm working on, probably the biggest upgrade of all time that's possible is Applied Energistics 2. I've been auto-crafting, or not auto-crafting, I've been like micro-crafting for over an hour now of just little component pieces for this, and we finally have a controller. And I'm going to be making my terminals and a whole bunch of storage next. And then we can set it up. We have a new style of circuit as well here. Because I want to make my 1Ks. The vacuum tubes are part of a ULV circuit line. The NAND chips are the other one that are upgraded that we can do right now. So we're making a whole bunch of NAND chip arrays, and then you cut these in a cutting machine, and you get 8 NAND chips out of them. So that's 16 per craft. We're going to get a lot out of this. More crafting done. There we go. Four 4Ks. That'll do for now. I should have waited. I probably could have completed a quest, and I did not. Yeah. It happens. It's alright. Okay, then I need an ME drive. And then just my terminals. Alright, easy enough. We ran the power over. Now I put my storage in here. This is all temporary, of course. But now we can start putting stuff together in here. There we go. AE2 is online. If I just move all my stuff right now, it will convince me to abandon this base more quickly. So we're just going to do that. Just bring literally everything I can over. Just throw it in the drives. Oh boy. This is quite the process. I really underestimated the amount of garbage that I had in this base. There's so much stuff that needs to get put in that AE2 system. I've already filled up all 4 of those drives that I made, so we're making a whole bunch more. It's not the end of the world. All right, I think this is a good spot for us to end off for today. This is a pretty valid stopping point, just throwing all my stuff in the AE2. I'll be working on some more big projects for next time. I think we got a lot done. Definitely enough done today. And yeah, even more big things coming next time. Because I have an evil plan for EV. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I have a ridiculous plan that I'm working on to passive some materials that should take me through to the next couple tiers. So I'm working on those plans. Maybe I'll start them next episode, maybe not. We'll see. I have some obvious work to do in terms of my infrastructure right now to get my at least some basic auto crafting online. I want to be able to auto craft like circuits, more storage, machine parts for machines, machine blocks, stuff like that. And I need to take a look at the new multi-blocks because I was familiar with like processing arrays and like all the shared multis, which aren't there anymore. Everything has their own unique multi-block now, which is pretty cool. But I just got to learn them and see what point you unlock them at, you know. But yeah, that'll be for next time for sure, because we've done quite a bit and I need a break. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And by the way, any tips and tricks, let me know. From this point on, I'm like really familiar with the early game because I played it a couple times, but like to EV to Ivy, that's the farthest I've gotten. So from here on out, I'll just kind of be guessing and trying to figure stuff out. So any tips and tricks, let me know. Always appreciated in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Have a good day, and also Happy New Year.